morning to all.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning to all children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, let's begin today's session.
Yes.
Yes, okay. A lovely morning to everyone. So, in today's session, we are going to learn about articles. Okay, articles. So, we are familiar with the letters of English alphabet. How many letters are there in English alphabet? Amaya?
26 letters.
26 letters are there in English alphabet. Out of the 26 letters, how many vowels are there, Arfin?
5.
5. Very good. What are they, Nora?
E-I-O-U.
Yes, A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U are
U.
called vowels.
Vowels.
Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
A-E-I-O-U. There are 5 vowels in English
5 vowels.
alphabet and they are called as vowels.
Vowels.
Okay. Now, Devamitra,
Okay, ma'am.
how many consonants are there in English alphabet? Devamitra, how many consonants? All are very easy questions. How many consonants are there? Come on. How many consonants are there? Otherwise, the question pass on to the next person.
21.
21. Very good. Okay. So 21 consonants are there. Can anybody tell me what are they? Janita, tell me
Yes,
what are they?
B,
Yes.
B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, B, W,
Yes.
X,
W, Y,
Y, Z.
Z. Okay. Great. Okay. So we already know that there are 21 consonants and there are 5 vowels. So in today's class, we are going to learn that the words that begin with a vowel or a vowel sound, we use and before the vowels. Have you all understood?
Yes.
Okay. When a word
Yes.
begins with a vowel, vowel means A-E-I-O-U. Begins with a vowel or a vowel sound, we use and before the vowels. Have you all
Yes.
understood?
Yes.
When a word begins with a consonant or a consonant sound, we use A
A.
before the word.
A.
Clear to everyone? We
Yes.
use A before the word that begins with a consonant or a consonant sound. This A and an are called articles. Have you all understood?
Yes.
A and an are called articles. A and an are used before singular nouns. Singular means how many? One.
One.
Okay, so A and an is used before singular nouns. So let us move on to the chapter now. Let us move on to look in detail about the chapter. Okay, children?
Take the
So
rough
I
book.
hope, okay, let me ask you something. I hope you all have finished your workbook exercises, worksheet
Yes.
3. Have all of you completed your worksheet 3?
Yes.
All of you?
Yes.
Page 9 and 10, have all of you completed it?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
So let's move on.
Ma'am, take the rough book.
No. Please, children, don't take any of your books. Okay? Don't take any of your books. Just fold your hands and sit.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now all of you look at the screen. Okay, children? All of you look at the screen now. You don't place your pencils and everything on the table. Yes. So we are in the chapter worksheet 4. Okay, can you see the screen, children, all of you? Can you see the screen? We are in worksheet 4 articles, a and the. Okay. Now, we have already discussed that. There are 26 letters in English alphabet. These are the letters. We are familiar with all these 26 letters of English alphabet. Can you see the board? Among the 26 letters, A, E, I, O, U are called vowels. Can you look at the screen? Can you see the screen? See here, A, E, okay. So A, E, I, O, U. Okay, children, U are called vowels. See here the letters are missing here. So now we'll move on to the next slide. All of you look at the screen. Is that clear to everyone? So A, E, I, O, U are called vowels. Okay? A, E, I, O, U are called vowels. Can you see there? A, E, I, O, U are called vowels, and the remaining 21 letters are called consonants. Okay, are called consonants. If a word begins with A, E, I, O, U, we use and before the word. Have you all understood? If a word begins with A, E, I, O, U, we use and before the word. And if a word begins with a consonant B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z, we use A before the consonant. Have you all understood? This A and an are called articles. Okay? They are called as articles. Is that clear to everyone? Now we move on to the next slide. See here, look at the screen. Look at the screen, all of you. Is that clear to everyone? Can you see the screen, children? So, here are a few words which begin with a vowel or a vowel sound. Here are the words. Look at the screen. Egg. Egg is a word which starts with a vowel E. So we have to use an before the word. Have you all understood? Now here is a word for you which starts with a vowel A, apple. So we have to use article and before it. Okay? Now, octopus is a word which begins with a vowel O. So we use an before the word. Okay? Now we move on to the next word, umbrella. Umbrella begins with a letter U, with a vowel U. So we use an before the word. Is that clear? So we use an before the vowel, or a word begins with a vowel or a vowel sound. Is that clear to everyone? Everybody understood? Everyone, is that clear to everyone? If a word, ma'am is repeating it once more, if a word begins with a vowel or a vowel sound, we use an before the word. Okay, clear? Okay. Now we'll move on to the next slide. All of you look at the slide. Look the board very clearly. Now here, okay. Now here are a few words for you which begin with a consonant. Okay, we know that there are 21 consonants, and here are a few examples for you. The word hen begins with a consonant H. So we use article A before the word. Can you see the screen, children? Yes. So here the word tree begins with a consonant T. Tree, T. It begins with a consonant T, so we use A before the word. Here is an example for you, pen. The word pen begins with a consonant P. So we use A before the consonant. And here is a picture for you, boy. The word begins with consonant B, so we use A before the consonant. Is that clear to everyone? So, when a word begins with a consonant or a consonant sound, we use A before the consonant or a consonant sound. Words, have you all understood? When a word begins with a consonant or a consonant sound, we use A before it. Have you understood? Article A. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. So we know the alphabets we are familiar with. Alphabets are categorized into two, vowels and consonant. Similarly, the articles also. Okay. When we write the words or when we use the words starting with a vowel or a vowel sound, we use and before it. And when we write the word starting with the consonant or a consonant sound, we use A before it. Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear? Yes. But before we move on to this screen, okay. Now all of you look at the screen here. Okay. So now we are in. All of you look at the screen, vowels, consonants. Okay, so we know it is A, E, I, O, U. Okay, now Devamitra has already given a chance. Aryan, unmute it and give me a word beginning with A. Aryan, give me a word beginning with A. Aryan, come on fast. Unmute it and give me, and say a word beginning with A. Otherwise, I have to give the chance to somebody else. Roshit, come on, tell me. Unmute it and give me an answer. You can't unmute it? Yes, children. Yes.
Can say
Yes. Roshit, give me an answer. Give me a word starting with A.
apple.
Apple. Okay. Apple. A-P-P-L-E. Apple. Come on first. Who's that? Heaven.
Egg.
Egg. Okay. Egg. E-G-G. Egg. Quickly. Avantika and Anamika.
Ice.
One word.
Ice.
Island. Ice cream.
Ice cream. Very good. Ice cream.
Car.
Avantika, Anamika.
Orange.
Yes, orange. So you. Umbrella. Yes, very good, very good. Very good, very good. So what we have to use before these words?
Ma'am, I am not seeing the board.
You can't see the board? The board is not clear?
No.
Maybe some problem, children. Okay, all can see the board, children?
Yes.
Okay, can you see the board? Yes. What we have to use? Yes, what we have to use before the word starting with vowels?
And.
What we have to use before the word starting with vowel or a vowel sound? We use
And.
and before the, yes. Come on, here we know there are 21 consonants are there. Ma'am will write certain alphabets. You have to say the words, okay? K, B, P, yes. Okay. Now, who will tell me? Aiden Tyres, give me a word starting with K.
King.
Kite. Okay, very good.
Kite. Ball. Ball.
Amaya, give me a word starting with B.
Ball.
Ball. Okay, ball. Siva, give me a word starting with P.
Peacock.
Peacock. Very good. Peacock.
Sun.
Mohammed Imran, give me a word. Yes, snake. So, what we have to, before the consonants, what do we use before the consonants? We use A before the consonant or words beginning with consonant or consonant sound. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
So the words beginning with a vowel or a vowel sound, we use article and the words beginning with consonant or a consonant sound, we use article A. Is that clear to everyone? Okay, but there are exceptions to this rule. I'm going to mute you all.
പിന്നെ vowels ഇല്ലാത്ത symbol consonants വരുമ്പോ ഏത്
Okay. Now all of you look at the screen. Okay, but there are certain exceptions to this rule. Okay, there are certain exceptions to this rule. If a word, we said that all the words there are A, E, I, O, U. Here there are 21 consonants are there. But if a word starts, okay, starts with the word H, for example, R. Okay. Sometimes, if a word starts with a letter H, okay, here you can see the word has started with a consonant H, but here the letter H is silent and it has a sound, it has a vowel sound. So we are not using A, we use an before the word. Have you all understood? This is an exception to this rule. Have you all understood?
yes
Is that clear? This is an exception to this rule. The word or, okay, it starts with a consonant H, but here the H is silent and it has a vowel sound or. We are not pronouncing H. Have you all noticed? We are pronouncing only R. So we have to use article and before the word. Have you all understood? Similarly, there is a word honest. Have you all understood? Even in this word, the word starts with H. Here also, the H is silent and it has a vowel sound of honest. Have you all noticed that? So in that case, instead of using A, we use an. Have you noticed it? Okay, is that clear to everyone? In this case even, if the word like umbrella is okay, but there are certain words which starts with a vowel but has the sound of a consonant. For example, your uniform. Okay, uniform. Here the word starts with U, with a vowel, but it has the sound of Y-U. Have you all understood? U. So we have to use a before the word. These are exception to this rule. Have you all noticed? Okay, one more word I'll give you. Useful. The word useful, it starts with a vowel, but it has a sound of Y-U. Okay, children? Y-U. So, we use a before the word. So these two exceptional rules you have to keep in your mind. The first rule is that if the word starts with words like honest, and the words like uniform, useful, utensils. Okay, so like these words, even though this word starts with consonant, but it has the sound of a vowel sound. So we use and before it. Okay. So here in this case even, if the word starts with uniform, starts with a vowel, but it has a sound of YU. Okay, so we have to use A before it. Is that clear to everyone? All the other rules are the same. Only for these few words, you have to keep it in your mind, the exceptional rules. Now all of you look at the screen. Okay, children? All of you look at the screen. I hope you have all have understood what I've told you. Now all of you look at the screen very clearly. Yes, we are in articles. I've showed you all these slides. Now we are in the exceptional rules. We will revise it once more before we move on to the exercises. So these are the exceptional rules. Okay, children? Okay, these are the exceptional rules to the A or and rule. Have you understood? If the word starts with a consonant H, but it has a sound of a vowel sound. Have you understood? Or the H is silent. So we have to use and before the word. Have you understood? Have you all understood? The word or, the word honest. It starts with a consonant H, but it has a sound of a vowel sound. So we use and before the word. Is that clear? Is that clear? Similarly, here you can see uniform and utensils and also useful. Have you understood? In these words, the word starts with a vowel, but it has the sound of YU. So we use A before the word. Have you all noticed that? Now let us move on to few exercises. Okay. All of you look at the screen, children. Can you look at the screen? Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear? Okay. Can you see the screen, children? Have all of you understood where to use A and an? Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear to everyone?
I
Okay.
cannot see the board.
So,
Ma'am, I cannot see the board.
can't see the board? Why?
Yes.
Who can't see the board? Everybody, can you see the
I
board?
am not seeing
Who can't see? Who can't see the board?
Yes.
I will show you. Okay, okay. So,
I
so have all of you understood where to use A and an?
Yes.
Is that clear to everyone? Yes. Now we'll move on to the exercises. Now, Fale, read the first sentence for me.
I have pet dog.
Yes?
Ma'am, right.
No, please don't
I
write. You just
have
say it. I have.
dash
First, you read the sentence, then you
vegetable.
can say the answer. I
Pet
have dash
dog.
pet dog. Fale. Read it once more, Fale. I have.
I have pet dog.
Yes. So what we have to use,
I
fill in the blanks using a or an. So what we have to
have
use?
dog.
Yes, the first letters, it's a starts with what?
Consonant.
Consonant. So what we have to use before it?
I'm
A.
not clear.
A.
Am
Not
I
clear? So what we have to use before it?
A.
A, very good.
dog.
A pet dog. Now, Pranav
I'm
Vishnu,
not
read the second
clear.
sentence for me. Pranav Vishnu. Pranav, unmute it and read it quickly, Pranav. Unmute, yes, read it. Pranav, read it fast, Pranav. You can't read it? Yes, read. Ah,
I bought umbrella.
bought.
Ma'am, I bought umbrella yesterday.
Yes, very good. I bought dash umbrella yesterday. So we have to use a or an. So first we have to see the first letter here.
An.
U. U as a
An.
vowel. It
Vowel.
starts with a vowel letter.
Vowel.
So what we have to use before it?
An.
And. Very
An.
good. And. Now, Serafina, read this next sentence for me. Serafina, unmute it and read the sentence quickly.
Home. Our go. We go.
Priya,
Priya left her home
house.
house.
Dash her ago. Read like that. Okay.
Regular.
Dash her ago. So here the word starts with a consonant H.
Consonants.
Consonant H. But what did I tell you? What did I tell you about this rule? Here in this word, it starts with a consonant
And
H, but it has the sound of
vowels.
vowel. Very good. So what we have to use before
Vowels.
it?
And.
And. Good.
And.
Very good. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next one.
My
Is
father is.
Sarah. Sarah, read the next one for me, Sarah. Yes, children. Sarah. Ah. Is. Ah. Ah. Honest.
Man.
Man. Very good. So here also the word starts with a consonant
Consonant.
H.
That sound is vowels.
Very good. But the sound, it has a vowel sound.
Vowels.
So what we should do?
And.
And. Great. Great children. Very good. Now,
The computer is.
yes, time.
The computer
Computer is.
Computer is.
Magic.
The computer is dash useful machine.
Machine.
Ah,
computer is
machine. So what we have to use before it? A or an. Now you will look at this word. This word, who's that talking there? Who's still? They started talking.
Marine.
Again, they started. Only the person who's I'm asking the question will say the answers. Otherwise, you will. Yes. Here. Adnan, read the sentence for me. The computer. Adnan, unmute it and read the sentence for me. Unmute it and read the sentence for me. Adnan, read the sentence for me.
Ma'am, I can.
Now, can you see the board?
Yes.
Yes, the computer. Read it fast.
The computer is useful machine.
Okay, is dash useful machine. So here I've told you the word starts with a
Vowels.
vowel, but it has a sound of a
Consonants.
consonant. Great. So what I should use here?
A.
A. Very good.
A.
A.
Have all of you understood how
Yes.
best to use A and an?
Yes.
Everyone have understood?
Yes.
Children, have you understood the use of article A and an? Is that clear
Yes.
to everyone?
Yes.
Children, so notes will be sent to you in the WhatsApp. Okay, children?
Okay.
So I hope you
ma'am.
all have understood
Okay,
today's
ma'am.
session. Okay, children.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye.
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 Bye, children.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, children.